Okay, guys,
Where's
we are
Genuflex?
recording and we are off mute.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, and.
Thank you, Dan.
Yes, thank you.
I owe you
For
one.
members of the budget committee, I would like to
All right,
call
take
the
care, Dan.
meeting to order at 5:36.
Okay, let's get going.
Principal G, the floor is yours.
All right. Let's give her the bags.
Oh,
Some tea.
hold, please.
Is Tommy gonna be here at 6:30?
I don't know.
I just for, if we have to
Oh.
mute people and stuff.
No, that's fine, I
I
just,
couldn't see my own.
Mike, is that you? Okay,
Okay,
so, Principal G usually likes to start with, the,
A tap dance.
okay, the internal accounts.
Yeah, let's start with internal.
On page, there's page 1 of 5, it's right after the, transfer page,
Okay.
kind of like a quarter way through
The bottom line with internal accounts is, we're still low, but, this month so far, in March, we managed to pull in about $100,000, which was the best in probably 4 or 5 months.
So does 310,000 sound right to you about?
Yeah. And some of this probably isn't, remember, we always have these meetings so early, we don't balance it until like the 3rd week.
Mhm.
So, there are some receipts out there that are out there.
So it's April, when do you start sending the seniors their notices?
They've already got them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So May, we should start to get an influx of,
We should, yeah.
okay.
Or stories.
Is that why you went negative on one of those accounts? Is that?
Yeah, it's not unusual to go negative on multiple accounts, Mike. Yeah. Let me go,
you want to go to, 115 next?
yeah, let's go to
It's
115.
right after, 115 is right after the internal.
Yep, 115 is our internal accounts, or not internal accounts, our SBB, which stands, as we all know, student-based budgeting. Last year, it was at about $5,900. This year, it's about $6,100. That is for everybody that's not free and reduced. So the thing in here that's for free and reduced, if you look at the far right-hand column, you'll see things that say either student-based budgeting, which is SBB, or supplemental aid. Supplemental aid is also CIWP. And we get the CIWP for every free and reduced person in the building. So if you can pay your fees, you pay $450. If you can't pay your fees, then we get about $1,000. So I have no problem with people that fill out the waiver and they can't do it. I have a problem with people that don't fill out the waiver and then they want to get a, and they don't pay, just help us out a little bit here.
And remind me, the 115 funds don't roll over, so we have to spend these
Yeah,
down?
neither of these, yeah. And we're actually gonna have a negative this year.
Okay.
The only reason why we don't have a negative right now is because at the top line, they gave us $528,000. Remember, they pulled out $700,000 a month ago.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, so should I just close the doors now? What do you want me to do? I don't have a budget anymore.
And we're done.
Yeah. I have a lot,
It's been a good one.
I have 250 teachers that would be all for that. So, and probably the kids.
All
I
right,
know.
124 funds?
Yeah, 124
Special income?
special income. This is, I always call it chump change, tongue in cheek. Right now we have $34,000 in there. We only use it for like emergency. This one does roll over.
Yeah, I knew there was one.
Yeah, that's the one that rolls over. So those are the ones we normally go over.
Okay,
Let's go over the CIDP budget,
okay.
or the budget that was handed to us about 2.5 weeks ago.
Did you guys get this? No, you don't. No.
2 of these.
Michael, do you have one? There you go. Thank you. We're good, okay.
Okay. So
Okay, this is our budget.
this
for
is the,
23.
it is. So let me just go page by page for you here.
okay.
I have it on a PowerPoint, but I think everybody, if you could just look at it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
We're good.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically they got everything right, except the fact that they didn't give us the 12th graders that are gonna be here next year. Okay, they know they're gonna be here next year, so they've allocated for us. So right now they have 4,110, what they think we're gonna do, but
Isn't the 12th grade class gonna be at 1,000?
Yep.
They're at 1,000 now.
No.
I mean, the 11th graders are at 1,000.
this is this year.
Oh, this is
Oh,
this
okay.
year.
So that's
Oh,
what-
okay.
But
okay,
again,
okay.
CPS is thinking is that, well, that's what you're gonna have next year.
No.
No,
We're
because,
gonna have the
So they-
1,031.
So they base it on this year's enrollment and then that, what is it, the 15th day or whatever, you're
The
gonna get
20th
quite the
day.
check.
no, because what happened was, I mean, just, all you gotta do is real easy, everybody, just move everything
Yeah,
up one
yeah,
thing,
right.
and put
Yeah.
Yeah.
1,000 in the freshman.
Do you think that 200
Plus kids are gonna leave.
or?
No. So what they've done is, if you go to the next page, and we're, yeah, I got double-sided here, okay, thank you, Ms. Graka.
Yep,
Um,
page 2.
Yep, student-based budget, here's the problem, okay, herein lies the problem. Our student-based budget, we had 24,860, next year they're giving us 24,998. Supplemental aid, 19, this year 2. So really, they're giving us $276,000 extra this year. Yeah. The problem is that's a 1% raise. My teachers are making 3% raises. So it doesn't even cover my teacher raises. Now, let me explain that they did kind of help us in the end a little bit, but it's going to be a tight thing next year. And what's going to happen, and then let me just explain to you what I believe CPS is doing, okay? The CPS is saying, let's not give them the funding in the beginning. Let's wait till it's crowded, and then we'll give the teachers that 2 hours a week that they've agreed to. So class sizes are going to be a little higher next year. We've scheduled this year at 28, and next year we're probably going to have to schedule at 30. Okay, we're not going to be able to run small classes. Okay, we've got a couple teachers that have classes of 11. Those classes aren't going to run anymore. So we're going to have to schedule tighter, and we're not going to have those little classes that have. Now, sometimes you have to run a small class if it's making up a language or something, because you kind of need it, but we're not going to have to do that. So programming is going to be tight. So if you look down there, if you go, here's where they gave it up to us a little bit. So core instructional positions, here I have it circled. They've given us 3. Okay, those are positions that are going to help us with classrooms where we're going to hire people. We have a really good thing set up. Okay, we have something called vertical planning, which means all the biology teachers are talking together.
Yep.
And it's really nice because when I go in there, they're all talking about the same thing. We have good vertical planning. So we're going to have instructional coaches that can kind of shore that up for everybody. Make sure that it's strong and it's rigid. It's rigid, rigorous.
Rigorous.
Yeah, it's more as rigorous because if it's not, we're going to bump it up a little bit. So that's what those are. So that's nice. Doesn't help us with class size, but it does help us with what CPS is trying to accomplish, is trying instruction. So that's good. Then on the bottom, which was so nice, we've been advocating for a 4th caseworker. They gave us 5.
Oh, nice.
That's great.
I know, it really is. We're
That's
like,
great.
yeah, Melissa did swear on the phone when she heard it. Because she's been advocating for this and she's just been how she's like a pit bull.
I mean, the school is so big.
I
We
know.
need this.
And it's not just we're big, our DL numbers are big.
Yeah,
I have more DL kids in here than Northside has students.
right. Well,
Okay,
we're a
so come
neighborhood
on.
school.
Yeah, so they're getting it, they are. So now let's go over here to the other side. So you've got, and the important numbers is where they got the per pupil rate. Last year was 59.58. Where you see that 176, 59.58. And next year they're giving us 61.67. So it's almost went up $200 per kid. So that's nice. And then when you filter all that stuff through, here's the part here. And Mike, you're a budget guy, aren't you? Or-
Yep.
So when you look at teacher salary adjustment, last year was 100,000 and 524, and this year was 524. What do you think happened?
Where's 524?
Halfway down.
Look under fiscal year 23 allocation.
Yeah.
Teacher salary adjustment, 100,000, 524, and this year 524. What happened? I won't make you sweat it. They left 100 off, right?
Yeah.
Somebody screwed up. There's no way that we have $524. When I called them, they said that's absolutely correct.
They said it was correct.
It was correct.
What?
Why,
And I told them, you're giving me a 1% raise.
so then why,
But they said they have a formula out there and we are lower than CPS standards as far as like teacher salary goes. And I said, And I'm gonna push back. I'm saying, I got 75 teachers that are making over $100,000 a year here.
Are they
How?
gonna fix the 100,000?
No. And there's no fighting it either. And so what they told me is they said, yes, Mark, you do have that, but you do have, with our growth, we do have probably 50 teachers that are brand new. So that kind of offsets, that's kind of like the anchor that brings us to the other end. So I get there, I get,
Take the average.
right, they're taking the average, not that. So you would think that they would go with, how much are we not, why not 2 more %? But they're
So we're
not,
not getting program support.
no. That program support last year was the 594, where they gave it to us.
And took it away.
No, they gave it to us this year, okay? We are getting 179 students though. Okay, they are allocating 179 students.
What do you mean?
They're giving us an enrollment advance. 'Cause
Yeah.
Remember I told you the seniors that, and for 3 years I've had to beg.
Up front for 179 people, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
say their estimate. Now, I was really happy with that because if you remember,
Are they gonna take it back at the end, throughout?
if they do, but we'll
Well,
get that.
It
Is
also
that
depends on our
included in this?
20th
No,
day
that's not
enrollment,
included in that.
Yeah.
you know?
So here's the deal is, remember, I'm going back revisionist here, but
So
4
this
years,
is how they came up with the balance. I see.
yeah. So 4 years ago, we begged them, we need the money because we got a freshman academy, they didn't believe us, and we were hiring teachers into November, and classes were going unattended.
Yeah.
The next year, we said, guys, we got another year coming up, they didn't believe us. Last year, they believed us, but they overshot us. We told them 300 like we've been the previous years, we only got 150.
So 179 times the 6,000 is $1,103,000.
Yes, we'll get that additional.
But it doesn't, the teacher salary adjustment is gonna take a big hit too.
Yeah.
Because obviously you're half that now.
I could not balance the budget without that advance, because I was negative.
Oh, yeah,
I'm like, when are you gonna give it to me, guys? Because I got an LSC that's not gonna say yes to a negative balance or negative budget. So again, it's gonna be tight, but we're gonna do it. Things have been worse in the past. What you're gonna hear is complaining about class sizes being a little bigger. That's what you're gonna get. But that's the way.
Like, according to the CTU contract, that's allowable so long as they're compensated for it, correct?
Well, here's the deal. Well, I'll read you what the contract says. The contract says is that I'll go with the core class, okay? Core class is like your English, math, and social studies, world language, PE. PE is a little different. You get 28 kids per class. You multiply that times 5, they should only have 140 kids. So a lot of teachers think that you cannot put more than 28 in my class,
Oh.
and you cannot put more than 140 in my schedule. Well, here's what CPS says, because there's another paragraph down there that says that. And the paragraph says, principals, here's your ceiling. Your ceiling is you cannot go more than 6 above in any class. Okay? So you can go to 34.
Right.
And you can't go more than 13 above in any schedule. So last year, we were pretty good on that. We're like, okay, just give me the rules, guys. I will play by the rules. And then CTU came back and said, you're over the schedule. And they met with CTU, and CTU said, okay, what we're going to do now for all those people that are above the average of what you're supposed to be, we're going to give those people that are either in the core classes, either 7 above or more than 153, okay? We are going to give you 2 hours per week of non-instructional rates, which comes out to $80 a week, but you got to do it and put in the paperwork, so it's overtime. That was what agreed by.
And that's what we do, right?
That's what we start doing right now. Now, if you can step back at CPS, it's like, that's brilliant. Yeah, let them do it at the end. We won't put the money on the end. I mean, of course, it's not thinking about the kids, I don't think. It's thinking about the budget, and I understand how budget people think. Is that on the end, and you know what? This is like a rebate. Anybody have a rebate coupon that sits in your wallet for 4 years? And you're like, oh, I missed it. So a lot of teachers aren't even doing that. They're like giving the others, like, I don't even want to do the
Do
paperwork.
we have any teachers that are going above the 153
I think we had like 4 and then 3. So we were good on all of them.
this
But-
year, I'm saying? Are we
Yeah.
anticipating going over the 153 max?
I hope not. But again, remember, this year, out of 250 teachers, we only had like 1 or 2 teachers that went above those thresholds I just told you, the legal thresholds.
So we
But
need to manage that.
Right, of course. But CPS came back and said, listen, we're going to give them money now if they're above the 28. And we're like, okay? Or the 140. I don't care, it's your money, so.
Well, obviously, you just need to make sure that the students are getting affected when you have.
Right, right. So there's gonna be.
You're gonna have a lot of parents that are gonna complain about that.
There's
Yeah.
always parents.
There's always parents.
And I'm gonna tell you right now on class size, okay? And I will buy
Can
lunch.
I quote you?
Go ahead.
There is no research that shows that a larger class size is more effective or ineffective.
Oh,
Thank you, Mrs.
Yeah.
Producer. You listen.
My
That's-
my
that's-
sophomore in college, freshman and
Yeah.
sophomore year, she had some very large classrooms. She did wonderful in them. She
but
did,
listen,
yeah,
when you go to college, what do you configure? Don't
exactly.
you have like, I remember.
You're in a lecture
hall.
Yeah.
It was like 75, 80.
So can we?
Yeah. Go on, let's move on. Let's go on, guys.
Keep going.
Okay, slowing down here. Going down to the bottom thing. The thing that changed a little bit is our free reduce went down just a little bit, but minuscule. We went down about 50 kids. So that makes me feel good that people are
Yeah.
not using free reduce. Okay, so we get a little more money there. Let's go to the next page. Nothing really going on there. We've got, everything is the same as last year, bilingual.
So we're not adding any resources to our ESL or bilingual English teachers?
No, what we've got, they've given it to us. The
Okay.
next page, on page 5 on the bottom, you can see we have 50 special ed teachers. That's a school. That's a
Wow,
good high
that's
school in
great.
CPS, and that's our special ed department.
Wow.
So you can see the caseworkers went up, which is nice. Let's go to the next page. We've got the other thing they gave us was school assistants. Okay,
What's school
What is
assistant?
that?
a school assistant is somebody that makes $35,000 a year and with benefits, and they're basically an assistant to the principal.
Oh,
So right now I've got two. I've got Mr. Engel, who's helping out with Mr. Kessler is like an assistant athletic director. He's just it's just a wonderful working relationship over there. And I've got Marty Tong, who is in the dean's office, just working with the kids over
and now
there.
you get two more.
No, I still get those carried over.
Oh, you get those.
Yeah,
carried
so
over.
those are
But
real
They
hands.
added 2 case managers.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
5?
Yeah, they added 2 case managers.
So we have to hire 2 new.
Yes, 2 new case managers. We've already put that out
That's
to the
great.
faculty and staff.
And case managers translate are what positions? Are these
Like we're-
the counselors that we're looking for?
Nope,
No,
nope, they're totally different. They're the ones that manage the loads of all of our special ed kids.
yeah.
So they'll work with,
IEPs,
yeah,
504s.
Work with all the
they'll schedule them all.
jargon
and-
and all that.
yeah. Okay, so that's our budget. The other good thing that we have is, what I want to,
Do you want to put something up there?
yeah, let me do something real quick.
Principal G,
Yeah.
there's supposed to be extra money coming from CPS
Yeah.
for,
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
doesn't look like we got anything.
No, because that's a separate line.
This is like.
You know what, is this you?
Yes, it's me.
Okay, so I put it in your drive.
Oh, sorry, did you email it goes to my, this is
Yeah.
the LSC at EDU.
Oh, I didn't do that one.
So let me forward it, here, sorry.
Okay.
I'll forward it from here.
Okay.
Okay, wait, if I can find this. I'm into Taft, and it's gonna be from, you probably actually just sent it to my Gmail, because I.
Yeah, because it said you wanted to give it to somebody outside the organization.
Okay, so let me just go to my personal Gmail.
Meeting in May, and then Maria and myself are
Oh,
going,
sorry, which
because the June meeting, the June meeting
forward that
is after graduation.
to
This mean?
You're
Taft.
done.
Oh, you're not.
LSC.
Still have time. I'm
Well, my sister-in-law is coming tonight, and
Okay.
she's running. She's the one coming.
Maybe hello here, and it's got to go back to the satellite. and
Yeah.
back down again.
There we go.
Did Levins come today?
Yes, he was here for.
Request access. Can you open it up? Just open it up on your thing.
Oh. We got a
I
problem.
want to see the last slide.
So let me just turn it off, and so that you're not getting. of conversations.
Okay, so I had two more caseworkers. They also gave us 3 funded teachers to make up a little bit, that the ones that they had for class size, because a couple years ago, we were dinged for people that were over the 35 or 140. They gave us 3 teachers, and I've been begging them all year long, don't take them away, because if you take them away, we're gonna be yo-yoing this thing every year.
Yeah.
And so they gave us the 3 positions back. So that's a nice thing that we got.
Good.
3 assistant positions, 3 core positions. Here's a big one. Finally, CPS is getting it. For big schools like us, and when I say big schools, over 1,000, even though we have more than 4,000, a funded athletic director.
Oh,
They are
Really?
funded.
Yeah, they're finally getting it. I mean, they finally get it.
And
Wow.
Kessler's gonna stay.
Well, it all depends. It all depends. Because my goal is to try to keep Engel or Elder here, because they really work well together, and I think we need 2. So I gotta see if it's more expensive, then we'll do it to Kessler. If it's less, then we gotta see. I gotta see where it goes. But that's amazing to me, that, so often, when I walked in here, I'm like, are you kidding me? I came from a school with 750, with a freed up athletic director and an assistant, and I'm here with the school with a teacher that teaches 4 classes, and that is, are you kidding me? And so they're starting to get it, which is really nice. That in the new calendar is unbelievable. I can't tell you. I mean, I'll talk more about that, but
That is nice.
it really is. Thank you, Alex.
sure, yeah.
Okay, I think that might be on budget. Questions on budget?
So we're, assuming 179 kids,
Mhm.
we are gonna take in, when do you expect this million to come in? Like after the,
Oh, it'll be soon.
oh, it's gonna be before school?
Yeah, because we need that to open up positions, because here's how it works. You need to fund the positions before you put it in Taleo, before people can see it.
Okay.
So we're gonna get it. We'll get
Okay.
our teachers. Here's the other thing that I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna hear some pushback on, okay? I'm always gonna tell you when you got a tornado coming your way, okay? The bump in class next year is in what? What class is gonna go up?
I don't know. Jim?
Seniors.
Oh,
Senior.
seniors.
Yeah, senior class,
Seniors.
yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be your bump.
Yeah, so with senior class going up next year, hey, Scott, you made it. Did you get it pulled?
He couldn't do it, it's too complicated.
Oh,
Oh.
Jesus.
So I got to go to surgery.
Oh, my God.
That means I could come here and annoy everyone.
You can pull up a screen, Jim.
He went to get a tooth pulled,
Oh.
but they couldn't do it.
Yep.
So he's gotta go to the
I'm
next
too
level.
unique.
Jesus.
I got a garage, I got a lot of tools,
But do you have some
I
whiskey?
saw the X-ray today.
I got a lot of.
Laura just
Put
put
it-
a lot of alcohol, we can.
I got a lot of, you like bourbon?
We
I have
can
a
get
lot
this
of
stuff,
bourbon.
you know.
Fundraiser, put it on Twitter.
I like Jaeger, that's always good.
Okay, so,
So with the
So where you,
seniors.
We are
yeah.
recording.
so where you're gonna get a little pushback next year is my largest class increase is seniors, so I'm gonna need some senior teachers.
Yeah.
My budget's tight, which means I can't hire veteran teachers because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
A brand new teacher is usually anywhere between $80,000 and $85,000. A veteran teachers could be $150,000. I just don't have that, so I'm limited right now.
Yeah.
So if I hire a new teacher, chances are they're gonna be 22 or 23 years old. I can't put a 22 or 23-year-old
No,
in with the
not with
seniors.
seniors.
Seniors will eat them alive. So I'm gonna have to move them.
Yeah.
Probably over at the freshman academy. So some people at the freshman academy that have been there a long time are now gonna move back, and we're gonna move people back and forth, because we've told people from day one, we're gonna be moving. So we may get some pushback on that, but my hands are tied right now, so.
we're on campus.
Yeah, I know, that's what I say. So,
Okay,
And then this other stuff, budget, BSN, sports, that's.
I just got some,
Budget transfer.
budget transfers, all the usual stuff, .2s, student transportation. And I do have, the Compass Transportation's 15 grand.
How is it?
We just went. through
Wonderful.
talking
It's
about
probably
how
saved
they
us, I think, $10,000 so far.
Our Compass transportation, it's a contract, correct?
CPS approved, so here.
Or is 15.5 what we
I know it's not
use
mistaken.
It's
since
a-
the last, or is it?
It's the only one that we can use right now. It's just,
Gotcha.
there's so many other ones.
do you wanna
Gotcha.
go over the transfers, Principal Jane?
Yeah, we can go over transfers real quick. So I've got 42,000 for .2s for teachers for a CTE position. We have a CTE position that we haven't had a teacher in all year long. I know, it's killing us, but the teacher that we were gonna have put in there it was terrible. She didn't pass the test, then she didn't pass this test, and then they were like, fine, I'll cut the bait, let me get somebody else. I got somebody waiting. Nope, we're gonna give her since you offered her the job, and it was like 3.5 months. And finally, she pulled out, and so she really hung us up. And now we can't really get a good teacher in there. We've had somewhat lessons, but really, not really. I mean, you wouldn't want your kid in that class. So we're gonna give some teachers some .2s, which they're really not called .2s anymore. They're called overtimes to basically teach those classes.
How
So
many of those are you planning on?
5. Oh, and then we got a couple more, so 2 more, so 7 altogether.
7.
Yeah, or it looks like 6 altogether, Mike, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Or Scott, I'm sorry, Scott. And we got student transportation, move some money, 29,100, but we got the 15,000 here. And then the 15,000, and then we had the offset negatives, which we always have, which is usually overtimes. We have teacher salary overtimes, we have career service overtime, extended day for teachers. So it's all normal business stuff. So all those things are in there. Questions?
Where's the extended pay?
Those are for people that work after school.
No, I mean, where is it on here?
I think it's this bottom.
Second
line.
sheet, do you got the second
Oh,
sheet?
second
Do you have a
sheet.
second sheet
Oh,
on there?
second sheet. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I just didn't.
Guess
We don't
not.
have the
Nope.
second.
Oh, you don't have
Second
it?
sheet.
Okay, he just gave it to me, yeah. So I'm just letting you know, it's teacher salaries, career service salaries, so that would be like Ms. Graca and Ms. Diaz work an hour a day extra.
How much?
So to add all that up, it was gonna be about $35,000.
Oh.
Oh, so that's on the
That is-
bottom
that's
of
the
the.
last one on the bottom of our page.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is what that
yeah.
is. Offset negative buckets.
Yes, $35,000.
Oh,
Okay.
And then we have the one fundraiser.
Yeah, and we do have a fundraiser coming up. Looking forward to this one. This is called the Lift-a-thon. Lift-a-thon is gonna be run by the Football Booster Club. They're hoping to raise $4,500 to get new headphones for our coaches.
Great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Any other questions on budget?
No.
We good? We be good?
Any members of the committee have any additional questions for Principal G on the budget or anything regarding the budget?
I understand class size was already discussed.
Yeah,
Oh, can you give me a quick summary, just because I wasn't here? I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
it's gonna go up.
Yeah.
That was what was discussed.
It's gonna go
It's
up.
gonna go up.
Well, so.
Well, what's gonna happen is,
And when the contract violations happen, that's gonna come from CPS again?
yeah, and they'll give us the stuff that they gave us at the end
So
of
how
the year.
long do we have to put up with it till we get that money?
I don't know.
Because this year it was almost 3/4.
So I would think though, Scott, the fact that they've got precedent right now, maybe they'll do it from day one, now that there's precedent, I would think.
It'll be if you ask for it.
It's not me, I don't do that, Scott. I have no power
So
on
on
that.
day one, should we do a grievance?
I
Would
don't
that
tell
actually help you?
I don't tell my teachers to do grievances unless,
Of course not.
hold on, unless it has to do with air conditioning. I
Oh,
have
yeah.
said that.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I've done that.
That's
and we've
probably,
won. I don't know what to do with these air conditioners. I don't know, these teachers.
Well, Scott,
Yeah.
what we talked about is, according to your contract, according to the CTU contract,
Mhm.
we want to really keep the class, you guys, if there's a provision in the contract that allows for
28.
28, the maximum time at a maximum of 140. You can't go more than 6.
Above or 13 above.
And so if the
You can't go
max,
more than 28.
no, the contract says you can do more than 28. You can do 6 more.
No, you can't.
With the total of, okay, well, so then I read the wrong language. I
Yeah.
must have received.
Now, 28 is the number, and after 28, it's considered an oversized class.
And after,
But it wouldn't be automatically
Ding,
sent to the
Yeah.
union. We would have to, as teachers, raise it as a grievance, which is what we did this year.
Mhm.
Maybe things moved a little slowly, as they do in CPS, and it took a little while to get that straightened out.
Yeah.
So
So-
maybe next year we'll do it right away.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was hoping that we would be fully staffed and that this wouldn't be an issue.
the other thing is that, and I told them that we're not gonna be able to run small classes anymore, like classes of 11 or anything like that. Yeah, and we just can't do that anymore.
It's just such a great disservice to the students to have these large classes. It's very detrimental to
Well, I
their learning.
respectfully disagree. I
Hmm.
came from a grammar school where my kid was in a 36 kid classroom. This graduating class had the highest number of kids admitted to the, what are the special high schools called? The
Selective enrollment.
The selective enrollment. These kids are thriving. They all got full rides to college. So I have yet to see any evidence that demonstrates that large class sizes is a detriment to students.
I only have 19 years experience teaching and seeing students flail without getting attention that are required from their teachers.
Yeah,
And
I
it is
respect your opinion.
absolutely,
I just am speaking from personal experience.
so mine.
Okay, so we can agree to disagree. I respect your position.
Yeah,
I take issue because
because
I
I
have
really,
30
I make these statements based on the students, not on
40,
myself.
100 kids, yeah, me too. So we're
Yeah.
coming from the same, different perspectives. But
Unfortunately, with the budget and the amount of kids we have, there's going to be a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
And thank
And
God,
I'm
my
in it.
kid who was in crazy large classes here at Taft thrived and did well, but then again, she had parents who taught her to advocate for herself and speak to her teachers and stuff like that, and she did fantastic.
Well, exceptions to the rule, because most students have a very hard time with that, especially in this COVID environment that we're in, and the kids are really struggling. And giving attention to 32 different students, teaching each student how to write a sentence one by one is absolutely impossible when the classes get too big.
And I'll just say, maybe we need a new teaching strategy, then they have to do it one by one by one. I'll just put that.
What's that? I'm sorry. I couldn't
Maybe
hear
we
you.
need a new teaching strategy than to do it one by one by one. Maybe we can think of other strategies. to work.
Strategies where we don't make personal connections with each individual student.
And you
So
sacrifice,
more doing lecture style stuff. Well, we could
No, no, no.
sacrifice our
Please don't
freshmen on
put-
track
Scott,
numbers
please
and
don't-
stuff if that happens.
please don't put words in my mouth. What I'm saying
Well,
is,
I'm not at all.
okay, let me know when you're done talking.
If you have suggestions or recommendations on how to change our teaching strategies, we would be welcome to hearing them. Particularly, we're gonna need professional development on that, because a lot of people aren't trained to do that with large classes. Really look out for it, because we're gonna need it, it sounds like.
So I guess what would the solution be to that then? I
More
mean,
money from CPS.
yeah, well, if there's no more money, I mean, what do you do? I guess, what do you do at that point?
The bottom line, it's all about student achievement.
Right.
If you want student achievement, it's not on class size, it's on getting the best teachers. So it's helping the teachers learn how to become better teachers.
No,
That's
no,
what
my
it is.
point
So
was,
Scott's not wrong when he says professional development, but it has nothing to do with class size. It has everything to do with the quality of the teacher. I can put a brand new
So
teacher
good
that doesn't,
teachers.
Scott, I didn't interrupt you.
Yes,
Can I
sir,
have the same
sorry.
thing? I can put a brand new teacher that's just learning with 18 kids, and I can put some of our all-star teachers in with 32, and I guarantee the 32 is gonna rock star that one teacher. They have to learn. So it's all about giving the teachers professional development on how to teach larger classes. That's what all the research says on how you drive student achievement, not lowering the class size. Not one bit of research the other way. So I hear you, we need professional development. I'm not opposed to that at all, Scott.
Yes, sir.
I think, Scott, one thing the LSC can do, and I won't be here next year, but is to just monitor and make sure that it seems that we're abiding by the contract, which is if you're over this 28 plus 6, that's when there's dollars that are contemplated for the teachers.
No, we get the dollars at 29 students.
Whatever it is. It's just that we're making sure that as a body, we're monitoring it and abiding by the contract.
Well, I'll be here. I'll help you monitor.
I think last year, 79% of our teachers were under the number that they were supposed at. And some of them significantly under. Like,
It's just something
I
that we need
wish
to
we could, I
monitor.
wish we could
I know.
keep it there, but
I know,
with
I
CPS,
know.
it's just not possible.
I know.
Which stinks.
I know.
Okay, any other comments for the budget committee? Hearing none, let's convene at 6:09.
Thank you.
It's good.
Awesome.
Scott, can we talk about PPLC minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, We got
I
some,
did-
Copies the outs, because I
I
was
did
trying to be
hand,
here.
I did add those into your sheets, the
Principal, is
PPL.
there anybody in the office?
I think I put them all over there and I didn't keep.
I'll look, because I think they might.
Oh, you mean the minutes?
Right,
Yep,
that's this.
yeah, there's a single sheet.
Yeah, I just had my report. If you want the minutes, they haven't been completed yet or approved by the PPLC. We do that at our next meeting.
No, I'm talking this thing though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some of this is wrong on here.
Okay.
Do you want to correct it now? And
What is
then,
it?
you said that we're getting an increase, the second paragraph, I'm getting an increase of 8%. We're not, we're getting an increase of 1%.
1%.
Yes.
Okay.
And then up on the first one.
I'll correct that.
Okay, the first one, you said, we recommended a change in how spring parent-teacher conferences are conducted
Yes,
to a system which would ensure every parent a scheduled appointment with teachers.
right, instead of just walking in.
This was dismissed by the administration because Christopher told us it was too late to make changes.
Right.
No, that's not exactly what happened. What was happened at the PPLC is the recommendation was, is if we've got 6 hours, they wanted to put a 3-hour slot for only walk-ins and then a 3-hour slot for people that wanted to phone in or
Mhm.
ping. And I said, we can't do that because some people can't do both. And you have to be equitable for all. So that's what I nixed, not the appointments. What I did say is that everybody, we're going to really stress, you need an appointment. And if you do walk in, which is the pain in the butt for Scott, when he's got 5 people in a row and the person walks in and they're getting belligerent, we can have signs of, you should have made an appointment. Now, if you want to meet with me, I got an appointment at 6:10 and I know it's 5 o'clock right now. So, go to Brandy's and get a gyro and come back. I don't know what you want to do, but this is what, so that was my recommendation. I don't want people to think I nixed that.
So it wasn't about being too late to make changes. It was,
No, it
I
was,
understand.
yeah, it just wasn't equitable to families.
If you don't mind,
Yeah.
I'll adjust these and resubmit it into our folder.
All right, cool. Thanks,
When I
Scott.
read it, I'll read it properly.
All right, thanks, Scott.
Yes, sir.
So
So we
sorry.
should have outside of all of the teachers' rooms, something that says, if you don't have an appointment, go to somewhere to make an appointment to, if you want to see this teacher in person
Right.
today.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
Really, the people that really get hit the most, honestly, are the academic centers.
Okay.
Because those parents all want to come in
Wanna
and talk.
come,
Yeah,
sure.
They just really do.
Because you came from an elementary school where you knew everybody to a place where you
Right,
don't, and you
yeah.
want to get in there to see what's
Scott,
going on.
you've taught seniors before, right?
All the time.
Yeah, how many?
Do any seniors even show up?
Sometimes, right, Scott? Yeah,
I asked
20 or
my
30
kids,
maybe?
And they're telling me they don't want me to go.
it gradually
Well,
decreases. I
yeah.
mean, by the time you're a
Yeah.
senior,
Depends on the student's
Hey,
situation.
Tommy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, Dad,
Right before graduation, I tend to get more than in the fall, actually.
yeah. of course.
So spring is
Hey, Tom.
usually.
I haven't been to one since, I want to say sophomore year, but then again, if there's ever been a problem,
Yeah.
we nip it in the bud long before
Yeah.
that.
We're here for you right away, right?